Okay. Um. What's up, Storm Watchers? Um. Mm, wow. We. Mm, I'm, I mean, this may seem a little, odd or cringy at best, but actually, honestly, after seeing episode 2 of volume 6, I'm literally actually at a loss of words. Like what's gonna come out of this? What will it finally answer all my questions? Will it only set up to bigger expectations and whatnot? I'm like, I'm actually, mm, wow. I hmm, hmm. I mean, this I may be overdoing a bit over. I'm probably overdoing it a bit, getting carried away. But actually, honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I'm honestly actually like really really just at a loss of words, but not in a negative way, not in a bad way. It's just I'm at a loss of words. Like I don't know how to react or take the pieces of this and glue them back. I'm actually like. Mm. I'm supposed to narrow this down. This little discussion vid, this little quickie review vid. I'm supposed to like put this into perspective. I'm supposed to. Mm, how I'm supposed to, how I'm going to provocate this in a way of how I feel about it, my piece on it. Um. mm, okay. For starts, I was actually pretty. I was pretty flabbergasted. I was pretty flabbergasted on the fact that people are finally actually starting to question Osman and whatnot. I'm like, I'm like, y'all know, y'all never had any questions like for Osman since pretty much the fourth season or the fifth season. Like what's really going on? I was just, I guess Rooster Teeth was actually listening to the reviews because that's the only way you're going to get better by listening to reviews. That's kind of the rule of being an artist, especially if you're advertising your work for people to see it. That's kind of what's going to happen. Have to happen. You're going to have to listen to reviews. But that's besides the point. It just feel like it just feel like they were finally listening to the reviews and whatnot, and you kind of knew it was going to happen. You kind of knew it was going to happen from volume 6 intro where it shows John Arc smashing Oscar up against the wall, apparently kind of at ease with him or is trying to get answers out of him. um well, yeah, that surprised me. Is that finally they finally came and opened up and wanted to ask questions about what's going on and whatnot, like who's really pulling the strings, who's what the fuck are they really going through? Like I'm pretty much busting my ass and you're not really telling me even a smidget of what's going on. I feel like that's pretty much how people would react if you were thrown in a situation like that for real. So I'm finally glad they finally opened that up, and people are and they finally have a reaction, and they're actually questioning Ospen and whatnot. I mean, from a pretty much an immortal wizard who pretty much spends his whole lifetime embodying vessels of people. I think there'd be a lot of questions and concerns and whatsoever that should come out of this, like, or should be asked or noticed or thought up. You know what I'm getting. You get what I'm. You know what I'm getting at. But yeah, I'm just finally glad they finally, you know, they're finally explaining what's going on with Osman. And when the, when I saw it, I was kind of well, I wasn't surprised because I kind of knew Cinder was going to come back. I'm just I just can't wait to. Mm. It's just in the intro that the quote unquote hidden figure. I was just surprised how I was surprised how many theories came out about who that person might be, or probably not, because it's a hidden, mysterious character. Of course, people's gonna have a lot of theories on it, but more so on the concept that people actually thought that was going to be Neo, who pretty much went rogue after a defeat on that little ship fight from volume 3. Uh, and of course, it just turned out to be Cinder, who pretty much came back for after getting beaten by Raven, and especially the part where she climbed out the little cavern more or less, and she met some Western descent woman wearing Eastern descent clothing, and she pretty much just iced her and took her clothes, and they pretty much left it up to your imagination of what happened. I mean, you could tell what was going on when her maiden flame eye thingy more or less went off, but it still left it up to your imagination what followed after it. So yeah, I kind of thought it was a good spin on how they pretty much reintroduced the character. So I actually liked it when they reintroduced Cinder. It was a good way to say like, yes, this character is back and she's up to her old shtick, and she may be a recurring villain again and whatnot. So I did actually like overall that scene and pretty much how they played off Cinder. Uh, and the whole thing about Purple Bitch, the fat purple bitch, is the fact is that fat purple bitch isn't a fat purple bitch. Fat purple bitch is a spider gangbanger bitch, and spider gangbanger bitch apparently is going to be one of the many antagonists of this series, as or at least how I see it as. Um, Apparently, Cinder went to her to send out a hit against Team RWBY, and I was like, "Did y'all guys pretty much already do this with Tyrion?" I'm like, it kind of seemed like a lot of plot recycling there. That I'm not gonna lie about. And you kind of had a suspicion like you didn't know Cinder was gonna go to her. You didn't automatically believe Cinder goes to her. She pays her off to go send out a hit, and pretty much everything's gonna be peachy and all that. No, apparently, gangbanger spider bitch is gonna, twist and turn it to her own, shtick and whatnot. And she has, and they especially did this little thing on this on gangbanger spider bitch by preventing her from being a one-dimensional character, from saying, "Well, I used to be scared of spiders. I had arachnophobia, and now I made the spiders work for me." And the whole typical shtick, like the Nietzsche's proverb he made: when you look down into abyss, the abyss will look back at you. That whole mumble jumbo going on with her. Uh, Batman, he had a fear of bats, and he ironically became a superhero themed around bats. That whole little shtick between Batman and the abyss proverb I just mentioned. You look down to an abyss, the abyss will look back at you. That whole thing. Uh, so I wouldn't exactly say I'm disappointed with Gangbanger Spider Bitch. It's the fact is I kind of knew what was going to happen. I kind of already knew what her deal was going to what her deal was. I kind of knew from automatically just seeing her, like, she runs this whole little bar of all these gangbangers who have their signature spider tattoos. You kind of already knew, she's gonna be one of the current villains in this season, and things isn't going to exactly work out for Cinder, although she pretty much paid her off to hunt for Team RWBY and whatnot. And I kind of also like the fact they did a callback to Volume 3, the best volume, by the way, where Cinder pulled out her scroll despite, falling into a ditch and landing in water, but yet still had a perfectly good scroll. And, they had to call back and show, it literally did show pictures of Team RWBY and all the other characters from Volume 3. So I saw that as good fan service. It was a good callback. Yeah, I'm going to say that the most about it. Well, that's pretty much all I got to say about that segment. Like, I kind of knew Gangbanger Spider Bitch is, gonna two-time Cinder. You kind of smelt it was gonna happen. I mean, she literally just ran up to the bitch and whatnot, and despite them trying to make her two-dimensional, it's kind of I wouldn't say it was disappointing. Like I said before, it's not disappointing. I just kind of knew everything was gonna happen, and the fact, especially the fact when you figure out she's, a leader of a gang of gangbangers and criminals and mishaps and miscreants, I kind of had the impression that she's just Raven, but not Raven, or whatever she got that she don't got, or whatever. Or I guess she's got to figure out from just looking on to more episodes. So pretty much she's just a Raven 2.0. And just like Raven and Cinder, just like I said before, things isn't going to turn out for Cinder at the end. Or at least that's my prediction on their little relationship. Well, that's pretty much all I got to say about Cinder's little, art that's gonna tenfold in this. Like, and what's a weird thing about this episode in general, or hell, RWBY in general, is that actually the comedy was actually played out really nice. I'll usually cringe at RWBY trying to be funny with its really just meh slapstick, but actually I kind of did get a chuckle out of this episode with Maria, the blind woman, the Mexican woman, the blind one, where she's like, "Oh no, my goggles are fucked up and I can't see without them. So I guess you're right, Yang. That does make me defenseless and whatnot." And another thing, and I actually wanted to bring up another point about Maria. People for a long time said like she's the next Winter Maiden, or she may be a silver-eyed warrior in disguise and whatnot. But no, it's just she just wears that apparatus because she's physically blind, so she has to wear that little goggle thing to make her see again. So I guess that theory's been smashed and whatnot. And I feel like it's pointless just to introduce another silver-eyed warrior if they barely actually got through what RWBY is, what RWBY's capabilities is on the Silver Eyes. Like, they should establish more on her little gift, her little OP cheat code power pussy ability before they throw in another silver-eyed warrior. Like, they should expand more on RWBY's her trait before they actually throw in another one. That's pretty much what I say about that, and I pretty much can deduce that Marie's just going to be another. It's just going to be a recurring comic relief for this season, or at least that's what it looks like. Because there was another thing about Ren and Nora being taken out. Nora pretty much serves as the comic relief. So I guess Marie was just going to serve as a comic relief. And honestly, on that account, or this is only my prediction, y'all. On this account, I kind of think that's a little disappointing. Because, like I said before, my last video reviewing the first episode, it just seemed like RWBY always have a habit of just throwing in new characters and not really fully developing them. Just throw them in, they get their basic story and just push them to the side like everyone else. So that's pretty much all I gotta say about Maria. Like she's gonna be the recurring comedy relief, and her theory about being a silverite warrior or a winter maiden and whatnot has pretty much been smashed. It's been pretty much been debunked with that little quarrel she had with Yang. Let's see. I kind of thought it was funny when when Oscar when Oscar was trying to more or less fight the inner Ospen within him by saying, "Guys, call out to Maria. That's the embodiment of the knowledge relic." And I kind of thought it was funny because it kind of reminded me a lot of Batman v Superman when Superman was getting his ass beat by Batman and he said Martha, and Batman replied with, "Why did you say that name?" It just reminded me a lot of that scene. So you kind of know Rooster T was looking at some movies or picking up some lines from some movies when that scene came to fruition. You could just tell. Okay, they called out the embodiment of the relic of knowledge, and it turns out to be some hot blue genie chick who's can answer 3 questions once every 10,000 years or something. And that's pretty much about it about that little segment. And actually, I got to bring up the concept of Jen. I was like, okay, if all the relics pretty much are the embodiments of these godly like creatures, one of them being Jen, then I guess it only raises more questions about the other three, what they contain and whatnot. In other words, it's just a way for them to expand more on RWBY to keep it running, make it longer. That's pretty much what it all is about, or at least that's what I think about it. And it just only makes shit. I see that they're expanding the lore. I mean, that is sad of them trying to make it longer. You can see they're expanding. They're trying to expand the lore of RWBY. I think that's why they pretty much introduced the embodiments of the relics as sentient, godly, divine, deity-like creatures and whatnot. But it also kind of makes my head spin a bit. I'm not even gonna lie, because you got the embodiments of the relics, and you already got the season maidens. So it just throws in a whole lot of shit. I see they're trying to expand on the lore, but I just feel like there's a lot to unravel. I'm gonna say about that. I mean, of course, they're gonna actually build more onto it, of course, because Volume 6 actually looks like they're finally gonna explain everything. I mean, we're pretty much 6 seasons in. You should have actually kind of done this like sooner, but I guess Volume 6 is more or less the season where which Rooster Teeth was like, all right, we're gonna finally tell y'all all this shit, explain everything, and not just keep y'all gawking for more questions and whatnot. So that's pretty much that's what's my little prediction on the whole purpose of Volume 6 is made to actually more to explain and finally put theories and whatnot to bed about all the questions people may have, including myself, of RWBY. And I don't know if this counts as an exposition dump, or they could have just written this better instead of just throwing us in another scenario or going back in time for a split second to tell us the story of Salem and how she got to where she was and whatnot. Which actually I was really flabbergasted. Like that was like, wow, they're finally explaining who Salem is after pretty much 5 seasons, 5 volumes of this nearly incognito character. They're finally actually explaining things and giving us an appropriate story and explanation on Cinder. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But she was a human once. I guess that's what it looked like towards the end, and then I guess they're gonna lead on to when she became baddie and whatnot. I kind of really hope they don't rush this little flashback sequence because you know these flashback episodes is gonna like take up like 5 episodes of the seat of volume 6 or 4 at most or whatnot. Uh, I guess we're going to learn more about Ospen as if there wasn't anything else to tell about him. I guess we should. I guess it's important. I actually don't have any questions about Ospen. He's standard anime master character number 250 something. So I don't really have much questions about Ospen. There's nothing I can actually get out of him. It's Ospen. Ospen is Ospen. I guess he's like he's the Aizen of RWBY, but exit the villain concept, of course, but more so in the concept of him, pulling the strings and of RWBY and whatnot and Remnant. Yeah. In conclusion, it was a pretty good episode. It was pretty solid. I kind of like the fact they're finally going to explain everything. I think that's what pretty much is what literally actually had me hopping in my seat when I was looking at RWBY. Like, wow, they're finally going to explain shit. Like, that's what I've been waiting for a long time. Like, I know y'all want to proceed the story, but can y'all at least like explain shit first before you continue the story? Like, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of things in RWBY that just seem like they weren't explained or just weren't boosted up enough. You know what I'm saying? Like not enough explanation or anything to it. So yeah, I'm glad that RWBY that this volume is finally going to explain everything and whatnot. And I think that's pretty much one of the many things why I liked it, I guess, or whatnot. I actually don't actually have anything else to say about it. I mean, I'm glad they're finally explaining everything, and actually, Volume 6 is pretty hype from the first 2 episodes I've seen of it already. I guess you just gotta continue seeing it and whatnot. I guess by the time I finish all the episodes, I'm gonna make this review on RWBY Volume 6 as a whole and whatnot. But until then, I'll be still doing weekly episode discussions and reviews and whatnot. Although I actually I have to go back to the whole Cinder arc thing, like how in the intro they showed Roman's hat fly by and they caught Cinder's attention, and I think that'd be the reason why a whole lot of people thought that the mysterious figure was Neo. So I guess I don't know what that hat indicates. Whether we might see Neo again. I mean, I'm not completely just throwing the whole Neo theory into the trash. I'm just saying it just leaves a lot of questions. It leaves a lot of theories of what might be going on. Like, will Roman come back or something, or it just leaves a lot of questions. The hat flying by and it catching Cinder's attention. That's all I gotta say about it. I'm gonna give this episode of an exceptional. It was pretty good. It explained everything and whatnot, or at least that's what it's starting to look like. And actually, this is literally the first time I was actually giddy about a RWBY episode. A RWBY episode. This is literally the first time I was actually giddy about RWBY, because this episode was just so good. Because it was finally telling everything, and it actually, got me on top of my seat and whatnot. Well, this is pretty much the end of discussion, review, and whatnot. If you like the video, give a likes, give a thumbs up. Subscribe if you also like weekly reviews and other things I do on my channel. Subscribe, give notifications if you want to stick around so y'all can know every time I'm making a video that'll come y'all way. Well, that's pretty much about it. That's my favorite catchphrase right now. I got a Deviant-art account. If y'all didn't already know from me, keep on rambling about it in previous videos. So yeah, check it out. I made a lot of art pieces, mostly illustration and photography. So please y'all check that out. It's in the link description down below. Tell me what y'all think about it. I'm currently working on a new project. Mostly I'm trying to get this mean character I made for a long time off the ground, and you might see him around on my Deviant gallery and account. So stick around for the mysterious character I'm coming up with and whatnot. And like always, man, I so much watching y'all.